Oh, hey YouTubers, what is going on? It is your boy once again, RKO2582, here to give my favorite Hell in a Cell matches. As you already know, this Sunday is, of course, the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, and I wanted to take time out to give you my favorite Hell in a Cell matches that I enjoyed watching back when I first started watching wrestling up to right now. And, anyways, let's not waste any time and get to my matches underway. Alright, kicking off my list of Hell in a Cell matches that I enjoyed watching is, of course, the Triple H versus Cactus Jack. Bang Bang! At No Way Out 2000. Who doesn't remember that Hell in a Cell? And it was around the time when Triple H and Cactus Jack were having a good feud and stuff. And then my favorite parts of that Hell in a Cell match was when Cactus Jack and Triple H were on top of the cage, of course, and then Triple H had like a burning like plank or something like that with barbed wire. It was insane, man. It was freaking insane. And then of course when he flipped over Cactus Jack and then he went straight down, shades of when when he faced when he was Mankind and Undertaker Hell in a Cell when Undertaker pushed him off the cage onto the table. That moment will forever be engraved in my mind, along with Triple H flipping over Cactus Jack onto the ring and stuff, and then Triple H ends up beating Cactus Jack, in which was that he had to retire. And at the time, I was kind of sad, that Foley had to retire. But little did we know afterwards, like a month, he came right back, and so, but it's like made you think, like, did Foley kind of have to go back on his word about him not staying retired? Just a little bit, but I'm cool with it because Foley, he didn't get stuff in our faces too much because he was trying to help out younger stars. So once again, Triple H and Cactus Jack, No Way Out 2000. All right, my next favorite Hell in a Cell match takes back to No Mercy 2002. Yep, you guessed it, The Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship. And as you already know, 2002 was pretty much the year of Brock Lesnar. And he was just pretty much dominating everybody. And he just recently won the WWE title from The Rock, which was a shocker in my mind. And he's pretty much beaten all that there is to beat except The Undertaker, his real true challenge. And I couldn't wait for this because, as you know, their match before the Hell in a Cell, Unforgiven, it was so crazy. They ended up being both disqualified. It was a double disqualification, which is unheard of, and hence why we have this Hell in a Cell matchup. And this matchup, man, it was just insane. Like, Brock Lesnar was and this was his first ever Hell in a Cell. And Undertaker's already had a little brief history with the cell and stuff, and it was just a great match. And then of course Paul Heyman, getting involved, saying watch out, and they're bleeding and stuff. And then in the finish, oh my God, when you thought Undertaker was going for the tombstone, then Brock Lesnar powered the tombstone and hits him with the boom F5. I was like, oh my God, Brock Lesnar was a beast, and he got the 1, 2, 3, and he beat Undertaker at his own game, which is unheard of. And that proved Brock Lesnar had arrived once again. All right, my next Hell in a Cell match I really, really enjoyed, and a DVD I currently own at this very moment, was at Bad Blood 2004. Yep, you guessed it. Triple H versus Shawn Michaels. Boy, talk about a rivalry ending once and for all. Back when Hell in a Cell used to be the be-all, end-all to a rivalry, when you have two superstars that can't stand one another. I mean, yeah, Triple H and Shawn Michaels perfectly define what I'm saying. And this match went on like nearly 40 minutes long. I'm dead serious. And it was so good. I mean, they really went to war. And then the promo going into it was insane too, because it was like they had so much history of being good friends, and then all of a sudden they became bitter enemies, and then it was just like, and it all came down just in that one match, because they feuded throughout 2002, most of 2003, and most of 2004. So pretty much they were feuding for nearly 2 years. I'm dead serious. That's impressive. And this match, yeah, I really, really enjoyed, and I could watch it again and again if I once again. Just great match. Alright, the next one was my very first Hell in a Cell match that I watched beginning to end before I looked back at those Hell in a Cell matches that I just told you earlier. It was, yep, of course, Triple H versus Batista for the World Heavyweight Championship back at Vengeance 2005. My first ever pay-per-view that I paid for. And and I was glad I did because it was a good pay-per-view overall, but this actually was the nail on the head for me. And yeah, this match pretty much was brutal. And as you know, Batista was just getting on the rise, and this is back when I was a huge Batista fan, unlike nowadays. And he was getting so over by the crowd. He was currently on Triple H 2-0, and then Triple H was so desperate to the point like he had no choice but to the Hell in a Cell, and he's saying like between him and the promo between the leading up to the match was good too. And he's saying between Batista and him, it was like the final encounter between the two of them. So it was the be all end all. So it's like this was Triple H's last shot at the world title. And there's this one spot in the match I really enjoyed. This sixth spot when Triple H was coming down to, I know, get on the top rope and do something, and then Batista had the sledgehammer, and then it hit Triple H, and he spat out blood. I was like, oh my god, that was insane. And then, bringing out that barbed wire wrapped around a steel chair, that was, oh my god, that was bloody as all get out. And then threw it all, Batista powered out of it, and boom, Batista bomb 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Batista's still the champ, and he beat Triple H 3 times, which is unheard of still to this day. And no one's done it before Batista or after him. So, once again, Triple H Batista, Vengeance 2005. And lastly, my favorite Hell in a Cell match was Undertaker versus Edge, SummerSlam 2008. As you know, around that time, Undertaker and Edge pretty much been feuding within a year up to that point, for the world title. Ever since Edge came to SmackDown, he smacked and made it to his own show, and then him and Taker were feuding for the belt, and then of course, Vicky getting involved, having the strings, making Edge once again champion, like, the Edge and Vicky era during SmackDown, and just, they kept having good matches, especially the match they had at WrestleMania 24, amazing. And then with this Hell in a Cell match, I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, yeah, and the SmackDown leading up to it was really good too, especially having the help of Mick Foley, believe it or not, and that was the last time we saw Mick Foley before he went to TNA. Well, hopefully he'll come back soon, maybe in time for Survivor Series. I don't know, but we'll see. And yeah, he was just Edge. He was like losing his mind. He was worried, and pretty much Mick Foley, in some strange sense, kind of motivated Edge going. And then Edge's all psychos and saying like, "I understand." He's like, "I understand." And it was so, that's typical Edge there when he was all psychotic and stuff. And then he was doing that during the match too. He had a table, ladders, and a chair. I mean, he had to get all his tools out. But in the end, it was still not enough to beat Taker. And after the match, when Taker chokeslammed Edge on the way to hell, it was pretty epic. And a lot of people most people that I know were kind of pissed that there was no blood and stuff. I mean, I was happy when they knocked the cell go down. We were thinking they were in a complicated, but, that was when, WWE was starting to turn PG at that moment, which kind of sucked. But overall, it was still a good match for what it's worth and stuff. So, once again, Undertaker, Edge, SummerSlam 2008. And that was my Hell in a Cell favorite matches list. And, a little personal thing about Hell in a Cell with the pay-per-views. I wish that Hell in a Cell was get back to what it used to mean and stuff. Because really with this Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, it's just kind of a throwaway in my opinion. It's like only 2 weeks of build-up and stuff. So yeah. Which I'm gonna not watch this pay-per-view just because, it's only 2 weeks and stuff. Hopefully Vengeance will do a move. Yeah, I'm not gonna miss Vengeance, of course not. Alright, go to the description box and subscribe to my new girl that I subscribed to over a week ago, WWE Diva. Yeah, she's pretty cool, and she's kind of cute too. And yeah, and she's a huge Awesome Truth fan. I'm dead serious. You don't believe me? Go watch her Raw review from last week, and you'll see what I mean. And that's the video that made me sub to her. So once again, sub to my girl, WWE Diva Fever. Alright? Anyways, this is your boy, the charismatic anime fanatic, along being the AJ Lee fanboy, RKO2582, signing off. Peace.